Karrine Steffans,
a.k.a.
Superhead.
Has finally arrived! She's leaning back in the chair.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
What up?
Girl, I need a cut.
Yes, we will be writing Miss Jones a check on site.
Just playing.
No, we're just playing.
Oh, that's all legal. Cut that
If
check.
it's legal,
with you.
cut that check.
Ain't nobody playing.
It will be for $1
No.
and 0 cents.
Oh.
No,
Well,
thank you, Miss Jones.
no problem.
For all your love.
The book, Confessions of a Video Vixen, is in stores and is very entertaining. That's actually the only reason why I was able to read it so quick. And plus, I'm just a gossip whore. But it's very entertaining, easy reading. And she's doing a book signing tonight at Barnes & Noble, 7 o'clock in Brooklyn, 106 Court Street. So if you're interested in meeting the woman face to face, where do we begin?
I know where I could begin.
You are going to be on good behavior.
All right.
Young man, we talked about this.
All right.
Now, you talk in the book about the message being, the book is about your trysts and your experiences with several different artists, athletes.
The book
and
is about my
executives.
life, which includes, I have some guest appearances by some celebrities in the movie of my life.
Okay.
What? That's how I'm going to say it.
You just can't, right? Go ahead.
I'm cool.
There are some guest appearances.
Listen.
Half of the book has no celebrities in it at all. It's just about my life, and then celebrities come
Yeah,
in
but that's
towards
the
it.
boring part.
That is not the boring part.
That's the boring
Well,
part. I am interested in wanting to know if you say in the book that you hate your mom. That's how you start that particular chapter.
Yeah.
Have you had any contact with her recently?
My mother called me recently to tell me, and I hadn't spoken to her in maybe a couple of years. She hung up on me a couple of years ago because I was trying to give her some advice about giving my sister the child support she deserves instead of hogging it for herself and buying stuff for herself. So she hung up on me a couple of years ago, and I haven't spoken to her since. And I refused to, even though she called, because she hung up and she wasn't going to say she was sorry or anything. She just kind of skips over stuff. So anyway, she called me a couple weeks ago to tell me her uncle had died and blah, 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 and whatever. And I pretended like I cared, and I honestly, I just didn't. And it was really, really sad, and I wish that I did. You know what I mean? I wish that I cared. But, you know, the first thing she should say is, I'm sorry. You know, or let's talk. There's a talk that we have to have,
right,
that we've been having to have since I was a little girl, and we haven't had it yet. So if it's not that talk, then we're not going to be talking.
You've gone to therapy, hopefully?
I haven't gone to therapy. Writing this book was my therapy, and I've come out a lot stronger. A lot of things, the confessions part of this book actually has nothing to do with the men and the sex in the book. A lot of things that I wrote in this book I was discovering as I was writing it. And I just wrote this book the beginning of this year. So a lot of these things are new to me.
Right.
And I've been working through them with helping other people work through theirs. It's crazy. Talking about what you've been through and writing and being honest with it is the best therapy ever.
Yeah, but it's painful. And sometimes
it
you
is
don't have a
painful.
strong, licensed professional
Yeah.
to lean on and
No,
help you with
I'm
the
good.
tools.
I've got people in the church. I've got a lot of people that support me, and they actually help me through everything. So I don't need to pay to get better. I just need to be faithful and have that in
Just
my life.
keep that
and I'm
option
cool.
open, girl.
Everything is always open.
Keep
No
that option
doors are
open.
closed. But honestly, I'm so good. I'm better than probably most people I've met today. You know what I mean? I'm really good. I'm covered. I'm covered.
All right. Well, I want what, Ebro? Wait.
I'm keeping my mouth shut so you can have your interview.
Because we had this talk. Now,
All right.
you say you're good in the book. This took place between the years 2000 and 2000.
No, the craziness really ended in 2002. That was the end of the Bobby Brown chapter, 2002, early 2003. And
you say you used to call Bobby's house, Whitney's house, because we all know Whitney pays all the bills. Whitney's house while she was there, and she knew of you.
from what I heard, she knew. I was told that she knew. They were separated at the time, whatever that means. I know her father was ill and was dying, and she was in New Jersey with him. And he was left at home alone most of the time for that 6-month period. And so he would find time to come to L.A., and that's how we met. I would talk to him when he was at their house in Atlanta.
But the father didn't die until 2004 or the end of 2003.
No. I met Bobby October 2002.
You got a great memory for all them drugs you was taking.
Yeah, well, I wrote everything down.
good
I have journals. I've been journaling since I was 5.
That's
and
what
I
I
have
want to know.
pictures.
Did you journal because when you started hitting rock bottom and reaching out to these guys and they didn't help you because you said, I'm going to get these motherfuckers back one day?
Yeah, you know, no one helps me. It's like I was everybody's best thing until I had a problem. And it just taught me, like, okay, you're not my friends. And you don't care about me. I care about you. I would do anything for you, as I do with all my friends. I'm just that kind of person. But if people aren't your friends for real, when you hit, you know, rock bottom, they're out.
But the problem with that is you didn't care about yourself enough.
I didn't care about myself enough. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Which is why people don't, if you don't love yourself, no one's going to love you, period.
Right.
And so, and I didn't. And so it's like when I hit rock bottom and the same person that would have wrote me a $10,000 check a week before, now that I needed $2,000 to keep my condo going, they were like, nope, sorry.
So you started journaling. You journaled with a different purpose at that point.
At that point, once I was homeless and I had my drug-induced seizure and all these things happened within the same time, and I really had nobody. I was still around because I needed to get my money to get back on my feet. But in my head, I was like, okay, yeah, I know, okay, I got you. I'm watching you.
Woman scorn.
Exactly.
I'm glad that you're keeping it real.
Yeah, and that's true. And I was like, okay, don't worry about it. Because I knew
I'm gonna get you. You gonna get yours.
I just always felt like,
damn.
I just always felt like, you know what? One day, all of this is gonna make sense, and you're gonna be calling me. I'm getting calls now. I'm getting calls now from people that the same person that I called to help me on that day that told me nope and hung up on me is calling me now. Hey.
Who?
But wait, what is he saying? Is he saying, "Hey, girl," or is he saying, "Why did you?"
No. Because he's okay in the book. He's good.
Papa.
No.
Oh.
It's somebody else. I'm not going to say exactly who it is. I don't want to.
It was somebody who wasn't playing the poopy finger game.
It was somebody. It was somebody in the book.
It was somebody in the book.
It was somebody in the book who came off okay. You know what I mean? He didn't do anything too awful to me, and we didn't. You know, he was okay in the book. I got a message yesterday. Hey, he's looking for you, but not in that kind of way. He just wants to talk to you. Like, you know, he came off okay in the book, so he's good. He
Don't go alone. It could be a setup.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
No, he's good in the book though. He's good in the book, and because he's good. Period. But it's just people want to reach out when you're back on top, but when you're on the bottom.
I don't know, Karrine. You have angered, or I believe probably angered a lot of folks and a lot of folks' wives.
I think a lot of people are uncomfortable, but the things that I left out are way bigger than the things that I put in, and I believe that people are actually a little relieved that I didn't say what I could have said. And for the people that were married, I've been talked to their wives years ago. Their wives has been known about me, because wives will find you. You know what I mean? When the wives will come and get you. To all the girls out there,
you came and got me once. You don't probably even remember.
Was that what? When you was with G in Puerto Rico?
And you called.
Yes, they was.
Bitch, well, why I didn't get an honorable mention in the book? We gonna come back. We got Superhead here. Let's catch up. Damn it. Top 97.
You remember that? Yeah. You mean 1996 when you was in Puerto Rico during the hurricane with my man? Yeah, I know. Remember the hurricane? I thought they was gonna die. I was like, oh God.
You didn't get
my man. It was a hurricane, a serious hurricane.
Fucking. I'm running my eyes ugly. She calling me. I don't know. I gotta catch up to Doug.
It's my
up here. But Superhead is here finally. So we were at the point in the conversation where we were talking about G-Rap. Were you guys ever officially married?
No, we weren't officially married, but I lived with him. I took care of him. That was my husband as far as I was concerned, and everybody else that knew us.
You were 17 when you
got with him. 17 years.
And he wasn't your husband.
He was
though.
27.
He didn't know he was your husband, though, huh?
He called me his wife to everyone that he introduced me to for the 3-4 years we were together.
Oh, okay.
And you met him because
from the day we met.
You were hired to do a private dance for him.
Mm-hmm. And I just never left.
Now,
that was a good dance.
Hell of a dance.
Damn, you sure it was just a dance?
In the book, you say
there was no dancing going on.
I didn't think so.
In the book, you say that he was abusive to you physically, and he made you perform orally for him. Like, what was the longest amount of time? 2
hours until my nose bled.
Wow. Superhead. That's what the book should have been about. Is that talent right there.
It wasn't super then. It was just I was 17. I didn't even know how, or I just didn't know.
So you were still learning.
All right, we discussed
sorry,
this.
I was getting excited. My bad.
Calm down, please. Thank you.
I was just a little girl, and I didn't know. But that was my punishment. So it wasn't under some great circumstances. It was like
punishment for what?
Whatever he thought I did wrong. If I would do something, wrong. I don't know.
That's pimping. He was pimping hard. Because that's like oral with training wheels right there.
That's like super penis. Can you last 2 hours?
Stop it. Stop it.
Sorry.
Until your nose bled. How many times a week or a day?
Oh, a day can go anywhere from 1 to 5 times a day, which is all day long.
With the jaw saw and everything?
Damn.
Yeah. It would hurt. Sometimes I would cry, especially when I was pregnant with my son. You know, you just don't feel right in that way. And even during intercourse or oral, I would just cry.